Girl, let's talk about it. Did you hear them talking about it? Oh my God, do you know this?
Oh my God, it's Shani Lavely and Nicole. Shani Lavely and Nicole on a roll. Lighting up the stream, the vibe is full. Shani Lavely and Nicole, let's go. Kicking down doors, we make some noise. Grown folks talk with truth and voice. Doing it big, turning up the flow. Shani Lavely and Nicole, you know. Oh yeah, it's Shani Lavely and Nicole. Oh yeah, it's Shani Lavely and Nicole. Everywhere. Shally Lava me and Nicole, oh yeah. Grown talk vibes, the moment is here.
Thank you for tuning in.
Hey, everybody, Facebook family, friends, social media, and everything else that's popping on social media today. The lineup is a little different. My girl, my co host, is not with me today. She had to be on set. She'll be on set for, I think, about 9 weeks roughly. So we are going to hold it down, and she may pop in if she gets out for a second. But we wanted to be consistent because we're always what so consistent with what we do. And let me tell you, y'all see that my background is not here today. My background won't even come, it wouldn't come up today. Like I had to stream from my phone because my computer was acting kind of crazy. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go on here and I'm gonna make it flow however it flows, and it's gonna do what it's gonna do, and it's gonna pop how it's gonna pop because this is what we do, honey. We keep it pushing no matter what happens on these podcast shows. You just got to figure out how it works on a regular thing. My hair is doing something crazy. Look at that, yours. Everything going wrong today. Like my hair is doing something on the side. Topic today is the bad worst advice you ever gave somebody. What is the worst advice you've ever given somebody about a relationship, your friendship, work situation? The worst advice you possibly can give somebody. Now, I know in my years of walking, I have given some pretty shitty advice to people. Like, seriously, some pretty shitty advice. Hey, Milan. I have given some bad advice, like, and not like intentionally giving bad advice, but, just sometimes someone might ask you a question and you might not really be thinking and you just pop out your mouth before you really think about it. And you might go back and think about it and you might be like, damn, that was some crappy ass advice I just gave. So I know, like in some of my, like when you have friends that might be married or friends that might be sleeping with somebody's husband, or, like I have all kinds of friends. I have all kinds of friends. So let's just say that first. So, I might be like, well, I might be like, well, the wife don't know, so it might not hurt you. Now that this might have been back in the day. I ain't gonna say this is how I move now, but younger me would have been like, girl, you better stack your bread on that dude. That might have been some advice somebody giving somebody. And before I started, getting into leadership at work, advice was horrible. Like I didn't give no good advice, never at work. When I was just like a regular rep on the floor, just doing my little 1, 2, my little big one out here. I ain't really like say if somebody came and said somebody was popping off on them at work, I might have been like, girl, you better go, step to her and approach her and let her know and let her know what she's doing. Or, I might have gave that advice until I stepped into the world of leadership. And I was like, well, that was kind of stupid. But it took growth. It took me growing up and just learning, the different things, different approaches in life. But I've given some pretty crappy advice, like, never apologize first because people might think you weak. Is that true? Like if you apologize, do people think you're weak or do people just think you've matured and you're grown? See, back in the day me would have said I was probably weak and I ain't finna apologize. And then you walk around pouting all day, not knowing whether you're supposed to apologize or not. Now, that's the old me. The new version of me The new version of me now would be like, okay, I need to apologize. Like that's some trash, you know. Is it was it worth losing the friendship over because I didn't want to say I was sorry? So now the grown me will probably be more apologetic. The older version of me, like I would say from probably about 16 to maybe like 30 ish 30-ish. I was still about that life. I was still kind of like, in the streets of Atlanta, running a good one, trying to be grown, honey, trying to be grown and just do me and not be apologetic for nothing. Like, even at work, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna be apologizing and looking like I'm a duck. I'm gonna just, run me one, run me one. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to feel a little hood girl, a little ratchet a little bit. And then, I had to, somebody sat me down one day and said, girl, you need to get your life right. And then I was like, am I really that bad of a person? And they was like, yeah, you are, you're horrible. And I was like, oh shit, I must be pretty goddamn bad. But everything in life comes with growth. Then one of the other bad things that I would think like would be some bad, shitty advice. Like, never admit when you're wrong. Hold your grounds no matter what. Like, that is the stupidest advice you can give anybody. You got to be able to admit when you're wrong. You got to be able to admit when when you the one that did the wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like it's even like in relationships. Sometimes we want to stay mad all the time. Someone has to be the bigger person at some point. Everybody can't just be running around here just being angry. Like that ain't how it works out. You got to be able to be like, I was wrong, and maybe I could have did this better, or I could have handled it a little differently, or however you do it. You got to be able to you gotta be able to do that sometimes. And sometimes that is hard to be apologetic. You know what I mean? Because you don't want it. Because what if you go to somebody, you be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to," and they and then they be like, "Well, I don't care. I don't want to vibe with you. I don't want to talk to you no more. I'm good." You know what I'm saying? Then your little feelings is all shattered, and now you're looking crazy, and you didn't apologize, looking crazy. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta pick your poison. So is that bad advice? Is it like the worst advice you can give somebody is to tell them I ain't apologizing, or I don't feel like I need to, or is it worth losing something over? You know what I mean? Like, gotta ask yourself that question. Then another one of the worst bad decisions I've ever given at work. This is at work now. Like when like at work in a lot of jobs, there's like clicks. Like you might have a click A, click B, click C, and each of them have different. Every click has a boss, right? In the click, every click has like some bad people in it. You're gonna have like the worst click pack, the medium click pack, and then like the baby click pack. The worst ones is the ones with the bad attitudes, and they always popping off at the boss. They always, running a number, acting like they crazy. And which clique do you want to be in? So I might be like, girl, don't go over there with that, them little shady people over there. They might be a little messy. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't go, if you want to like be in a little group, go on over there and handle your business with them, or do what you do with them, or rock with them, however it works. You know what I'm saying? So that might not be good advice to give somebody. You know what I'm saying? When somebody's trying to grow or move or do something potentially good in life. You know what I mean? Like that might not be something you might tell somebody to go do. But in every company, organization, there's always groups of people that hang out together. I don't care what it is. Even in a supervisor level, in a management level, like coordinators, managers, directors, it's always groups that like each other. And then there's groups that don't like each other. And the groups that don't like each other talk about each other to each other. That's the crazier part about the whole thing. Trust me, I've been in corporate long enough to see all the little crazy shit these people do. I'd be like, whatever. It says, compare them to others, compare them to other people so they try harder. Is that good advice to give an employee? Comparing them to someone else, thinking that it'll make them better. Hmm. Is that something that leaders that's watching this do to their staff? Do you compare them when you're disciplining them? or when you're giving them a write-up or a note to file or a verbal or whatever you all do at your jobs, do you compare them and say, well, such and such did it like this, and maybe if you took a book out, a page out their book, you might get it together. You might do it right. You might not do it so wrong because you all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, would you tell somebody that, or would you just be like, well, you need to get your life right. You need to get yourself together because people move accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. A person that's a person type A person might not be like type B person. So type A person might be smart, articulate, intelligent, and then you might have part B person who ain't so smart. You see what I'm saying? Now you comparing them to somebody that's super smart, and now they feel slighted a little bit. You know what I mean? They feel a little slighted because now they're like, damn, she compared me to somebody, and I'm not even smart like that person, or I don't even know how to get down with that person like that. They a little different from me. So all these things, all these dynamics, all this stuff that we do to people, comparing people to giving, giving advice to people the wrong way. And then I was thinking about that when I had put this topic up. You ever get advice from somebody who ain't like you married and you get advice from somebody who ain't married? Do people like really listen to people that's not married? Like I just wanted to know. That's like a question I've always wanted to ask. Like, do you really get with people and, like someone who has never been through anything? Like or project themselves that they've never been through nothing. Like they ain't been through no hard times, they ain't been through no bad relationships, they ain't never had nothing wrong. Everything in their life is just perfect. Can you take advice from somebody that's like that, or do you just say, okay, you ain't been through nothing, so I really don't know how I can relate to you in no way because you're perfect? Or can we take advice from people that ain't never been through nothing? Like when we line up these shows and topics, we think of things that people actually go through. Like people actually went through this and they've been through this and they've done this. So now I can relate to it. So that's how we come up with our topic. So when I was thinking of this topic, I was thinking the best worst advice I've ever given somebody. And I said to myself, damn, I've given some, when I sat back and thought about it, I was like, damn, I've given some pretty jacked up advice to people, where I might should have not. I probably should have kept my little mouth shut and said, "Ooh, don't say nothing. Don't give no advice. Just don't say nothing at all." Just sometimes, sometimes it's okay to be quiet. Use their weakness in argument so they can take you serious. That's not good advice. This destroys trust permanently. Never tell somebody in an argument what their weaknesses are. People tend to do this all the time. You ever be talking to somebody and you telling them something that someone might have said, and then they come back and say, well, such and such said that about you too. And such and such said, is that like more tit for tat, or is that more like if you never told it before, why would you tell it now? You see what I'm saying? So to me, that's kind of like monkey. That's like it's like that weakness thing. Like you throwing it out there now because now you feel shaded. So now you want to come back with your one too because you don't want to feel like you're the only one in the arena dancing in the arena. So I be looking at stuff like that because I'm like, if you didn't tell somebody something that was bad about them or that somebody said about them, why would you now tell me anything that anybody said if you didn't feel shaded by what I just said to you? Like for real, like come on now, let's make it make sense. Let's make it make sense. If somebody do something and you never brought it up before, and then all of a sudden you want to bring up some shit that somebody done said to you because now you in your feelings, no, because now I don't want to hear. It's just like if somebody talked about you real bad, right? And then all of a sudden you talking to your friend and you telling us something about somebody else, and they go, "Oh yeah, that girl said that about you, or this boy said this about you, or somebody might have said, he didn't like you like that, no way," and they come back with all these little one twos, and you looking at them like you knew that? Like, you know what I'm saying? You knew that all along and you just now telling me just now? Like, I wouldn't take you serious. I'd be like, no. I'd just be like, oh, okay, cool. I don't want to hear it now because that's gone. I'm talking about today. I'm talking about in the moment right now. I'm not talking about what you heard 4 months ago. Like, you gotta make it make sense to me when you talking to me. Because if stuff don't make sense, I probably ain't gonna listen no damn way. I'd be like, oh well, whatever. I am really a whatever person. I probably need to work on that. Like, when stuff comes my way about what somebody really feel about me, like I have learned to just have an attitude of I don't care. Because before I used to care, and then it was giving me migraines. And then after a while, I was just like, I don't really care, because if a person is not bringing anything to my life or my being, I don't care what you think about me. I really don't. Because why? Why should I? If I'm not trying to get with you and you ain't trying to get with me, and it's some type of get with each other situation where your opinion really matters to me, I ain't really trying to figure out all the in between stuff. I don't care. And I know that's probably real ratchet. Y'all probably on here like this girl. But no, I'm for real though. I don't be hearing it like that to that degree. I just be like, if it's not something that's beneficial to my life, and it's not, and I'm not feeling some type of way about it, I'm not finna be hurting my head about somebody that don't like me. Child, could give two flying fricks. I was gonna say a curse word, and I said I wasn't cussing. I could give a damn, for real, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's at work. There's probably people don't like me in leadership. If I sat around thinking about all the leaders that might not like me because my dress might be too colorful, or my shoe might be a Gucci, or you know what I'm saying? Like every little thing people slide me on, I would be like, okay, I'll be walking in the walls. Like, I ain't even lying. Like, it'd be like boom, 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 dumb advice, dumb things people give me, dumb things people say out loud. You know, I get it if if it's a reason why you would tell somebody in an argument their weaknesses. I get it. But why would you do that though? Like, what do you gain? Like, what do you do if I was coming at you and then you all of a sudden start saying, well, girl, you can't see through your eyes good, and you talk like a white girl. Oh, girl, your hair flows a little strange, and like, why would I, like, I wouldn't even understand that. I would probably be like, what? Wait, what? You know what I'm saying? Because then I'd be thinking, like, in my mind, I'd be thinking you was holding this shit all along. That, I would be the girl to be like, well, damn, you must have been holding this little testosterone in your heart and your feelings for a minute. And now you want to tell me about it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Let's say, be, um, be for them only when it's convenient for you. Oh, may repeat that one. Be for them only when it's convenient for you. Creates a one-sided friendship quickly. When people gain from you and you gain nothing from them. You ever been in that feeling where you gain, someone's always gaining from you, but you don't never gain nothing? Like when you look at your life, you be like, I don't gain nothing from you, no way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gaining nothing. You ain't teaching me shit. I don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, you have to ask yourself them kind of questions. You have to ask yourself. Valon says, Shelly, I believe with I I go along with some of my associates when I was younger, just to get along with the crowd, good, bad, or indifferent. But when I got saved at the age of 35 years old, I realized that this to be biased, and I agree that wicked individuals and the word of the Lord would convict your spirit. I had to read that, y'all. I'm sorry, because this is very small font on my phone and I can't see worth a shit. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But I have to do this show at 5. So yeah, I agree with that. But a lot of people, Valon, move on with the crowd. They go with the crowd just to fit in. Now that's the one thing I could say I've never done. Like, I've never really given a damn. Like, even growing up as a child, I've never went with the crowd. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not. I've been like, now that I've been all my life where I don't follow nothing. Like, it's like when I used to smoke cigarettes in school, I smoked cigarettes for a little minute. When people started wanting to get my cigarettes all the time, I stopped smoking. I didn't smoke because somebody smoked. I didn't smoke weed in my life because somebody smoked weed. I didn't start drinking because somebody drank. You see what I'm saying? I didn't have sex because somebody else was doing it. I just did what I wanted to damn do. And then when I didn't want to do it no more, it was like, "Ooh, I don't want to do that no more." It's like someone just throw something out there. I don't want to do that. I don't feel like I want to vibe in this area no more. So I just stop. And I'm good at just stopping some shit. I'd be like, oh, it's gone. Their motivation is gone. And once it's gone, it just goes whoop, out the door. And I don't think about it no more. I don't make it dwell on my head. It don't take residency in my brain. It's just done. I'm just done with it at that time. You know what I'm saying? I just don't have no. So I've never been really a crowd pleaser, but I have been where I would let people's opinions bother me. Like, Like if somebody had a bad opinion, because I always think like I don't want people to think bad of me. So, and that's now I ain't talking about now, I'm talking about back then. Where like if somebody might have had something they felt, I would like be wanting to know why. As I got older, like literally as I got older, I was just like, man, I don't care. Like I don't care. Like I can't be trying to figure out why folks don't want to talk to somebody and don't like somebody. That's a lot. It's a lot of headache. It's a lot to have to deal with it. It's a lot to have to go through it all the time. It's this whole it's a whole workout. I ain't even gonna lie. It's a whole workout. It's a whole structure. So I stopped doing that real early in my earlier age. I just said, you know what, I can't do that no more. I can't be about everybody's business and everybody wanna not like me because of that's in the third or I don't do that. Okay, it says if they succeed at something, downplay it so you don't feel insecure. That's a good one. Best worst advice. If one of your people say, well, they succeeded at that, so I'm gonna downplay what they doing so I won't feel bad about what I'm not doing. It creates quiet resentment. That's what it does. When you are with people and they're succeeding in life and then you be feeling some type of way about their success, that is not good. Like that is not good at all. Like that's a spirit that you need to just say, whoa, let me get that one out of here because that's a not good spirit to have. Like you don't, that's not something you want to carry around with you. You don't want to have spirits that you just carry and that are all over the place and just doing the most and you know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to have just bad energy and bad spirits and stuff like that. Just you just don't. Econ said it's an experience you experienced and you was done with it. Facts. I believe that. I mean, like I'm learning how to work StreamYard on my phone, y'all. It's not that simple. But I don't think, I think like with anything, like if you are succeeding at something and you have people in your circle that are mad because you're succeeding in something, that's not good. Like that ain't no good person to keep in your circle. You might want to get them out of it because that's not good. Like you want people that's gonna elevate you to some degree. You know what I'm saying? Like that they are happy to see you evolve. They want to see you win. They're about you winning. And no matter what it is, they're supportive of the win. And that's even in relationships. You could be in relationships where people are straight slick hating on you winning, and that is weird. Like, let me say that again. That is really weird. It's weird, but there's people that do it. You know what I'm saying? And people give that kind of advice to people. People will say some dumb shit. The best worst advice. That's the topic. The best worst advice that you ever given. What is the worst advice you've ever given somebody and said, "Damn, I shouldn't have gave that advice." Like I've told people, "Girl, just stay mad. She'll get over it." And some people don't get over stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like some people never get over stuff. Some people hold grudges to the day they die. So I think that's something that I don't even say no more. I be like, y'all need to go talk about this somewhere. Sit down somewhere and talk. Sit down somewhere and talk about it, because it's just gonna make confusion anyway. You know what I mean? Like, don't hold on and have your spirits all festering in your soul and you can't get it out because you're feeling some type of way in the spirit and in the flesh and you just bind it up in your spirit and all that. That's too much, honey. It's too much. Too much energy. Too much energy. Let's say, talk about what they did wrong to your other friends before you talk to them. Talk about what they did wrong. Now, let me see. That's another one. That's another one that I would say, don't talk about them. Talk about them with them. Like, go talk to them about the drama. You know what I'm saying? Go talk to them about what it is, what it ain't, and what you feel and what you feel they did and what they didn't do. Don't go talking about everybody. He says, Amen. Cut the ties with them, Shelly. Real talk. No, seriously, you got to cut ties with people that's not doing you the good of you. Somebody talking about you wrong with your other friends, that ain't good. Like, I just feel like it's better just don't say nothing at all. Because you'll know real quick. You'll know real quick by the movement of a room. You ever read a room? You walk into a room and the movement shift, it shifts instantly. You'll know when the movement is different. Trust me when I tell you, you know real quick. You'll know how fast they move and how fast they have talked about you. Because you ever walk into a room and it get quiet when you walk in the room and you like, but damn, what happened here? Everybody just stopped talking. Everybody decided they won't talk to each other no more. You want to remove yourself from people like that? Absolutely. I remove myself. Nowadays, I used to sit in it. Now, I'm a boss at work. So when I walk in a room, go to work and people be talking, honey, I know when they be talking. And I walk in, I be like, continue. I'm good for saying that. Continue talking. You might get it all out. I'm listening, but I'm not listening and I don't care. And I say that often at my job. I'd be like, I don't care. No way. And I don't be caring at all. So especially when you become in leadership roles, you can't be worried about what nobody think about you. You will be yo 99.9. If you ain't doing what your employees want you to do, they're not gonna like you. Okay. And if you're a boss, you know that. If you're a real leader, you'll know that. Y'all been done threw my hair back and my wig gonna fly off because this little piece of hair right here is irritating the hell out of my face and it keep touching me. Y'all keep seeing me throw it off. I keep throwing it back. I keep throwing it because it's like irritating my face. And I don't got no pen. And I got these allergies, y'all, that's kicking my tail. So let's see. If they apologize, don't forgive them right away. Make them sweat. Have you ever gave somebody that dumb advice? Girl, just don't say nothing. Don't forgive them right off the bat. Let them think about what they did. Let it marinate in their spirit. Sometimes time makes shit go worse. You can have all this time in between and it just be bad at now it's ugly because you done had all this time that done went in between. Now you want to sit down and recap it. I'm not recapping nothing after about a month. Because why? Why should I have to remember something? I don't want to remember yesterday, more or less to remember something from 2, 3 months ago. I done went past it. I done moved out that area. I done moved out the area code of that. I'm not revisiting that because some people, when they healing or when they going through something and they feel like they ready to speak, they want you to be there at that moment. No. So that's what that's saying. If they apologize, don't forgive them right away. Make them sweat. Power games instead of resolution. You hear that? Let me repeat that for some of y'all that didn't hear it the first time. Power games instead of revolution. It's a game. It's a mind game. Why? It's just like if you in a relationship and you and your boyfriend are at ends and y'all are going at it and you say, I'm just gonna go to bed mad. I'm gonna roll over and sleep on the other side of the bed because I'm feeling some type of way and he gonna feel some type of way. No, y'all just ain't gonna be talking. That's what's gonna happen. Like y'all just ain't gonna be talking. Now you have this pillar of anger between you. You're trying to go to bed and now you angry. Both of y'all flipping and tossing all over the bed all night long because y'all both mad. Make it make sense. Like when you get to a grown space in life, I'm not going to bed mad at nobody. I'm just not doing it. Like I don't like it. I don't like the feeling. I don't like the energy. I like to go to bed and go to bed. If I gotta be mad at you and you can't talk to me and you and your feelings and you know you can't talk to me, go sleep in another room. That way my energy won't be thrown. I still feel the same happy energy that I've always gotten. But I'm not gonna lay in the bed with you and you at the corner of the bed and I can kick you off with my pinky toe because you at the edge thinking that's gonna solve something. That shit ain't solving nothing. All it's doing is making energy and bad space. Really, we are too grown for that. Like for real, for real. Like at what point do we get to the point where we're grown and we say, no, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not gonna do this. This is stupid. This is dumb. And you keep past it. It's just the same way with friendships. It's the same way with things in your life. When stuff in your life don't line up the way you want it to, and you acting all crazy and you just want to be a monkey for no reason. Why? For what? What are you gaining? Being dumb. Like nothing. Juan says, I hate people that don't ask you for their wrong for forgiveness. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people like that one. I hate to tell you, there's a whole bunch of people out there that don't forgive. It's some, you know what I'm saying? Like I think when a person comes to you and apologizes to you, I think at that moment in that second, it's up to you to forgive them. If you know in your heart you can't, keep it pushing. Because there's some people that say, oh, I forgive you, and then they be holding the grudge still. And then years later down the road, you be having a conversation again, and then that same conversation comes up again of something you did a long time ago. You ever be in a relationship like that? Like you ever been to think you got past something? And then when you all get to arguing again and they throw at you and be like, well, remember you did, and I told you you did this to me, and you said it, and da da da, and then you back at that same argument from months and months and months ago because they really didn't let it go in their heart and in their head. They didn't do none of that. They still on that same energy that's monkey. You got to get rid of people like that in your life. People like that is crazy. Don't even waste your energy being involved with people that's like that because it's a bad energy. It's bad energy. If you got to be with people that cannot go into an argument and not throw everything you did in the last argument in your face, leave them type people alone. Them type A people. They ain't gonna.
They've been waiting to do that.
They ain't never gonna get over it.
They've been holding it.
Holding it in their heart. That's how they do it.
They was like, I can't wait
To shoot the gun at you. It's a trigger.
I can't wait to let this go. I can't wait to tell you how I really feel about you.
And that's factual. You see what I'm saying? So you have to pick your poison when it comes to anything. So now it says, if your supervisor criticizes you, explain why they're wrong. Managers love being correct, right? So I'm a manager. I don't care if my team tells me I'm wrong. Like that's probably one of the open things that I do as a leader. I'm not above being wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna say I'm sorry. Now there are managers that will criticize you, don't know what they doing, and be criticizing you. Now that's the monkey shit. Now I have a lot of people that don't know nothing that that be trying to say stuff.
I have to tell her, and then she'll have the nerve to put it in the team's group chat like she came up with the idea. And I'd be like, I just had to tell you that. How dare you?
And On said, I can't stand stagnant negative energy. What are you talking about? I can't stand bad energy. Now that I've gotten to this place in my life that I feel like I'm just in a healing journey.
I love my mommy.
That's my daughter, y'all. Now that I've gotten to a place for real, that in my life that I feel I don't want negative around me, I remove it. Like when I feel like I'm uncomfortable in a situation, I know now I have these boundaries that I put up. I'm not dealing with no negative energy. I'm not dealing with if you don't like me. I'm not dealing with if you don't like something that I do. If I take a picture every day and that bothers you, then you probably supposed to need to be around me. I'm gonna take pictures to the day I die. If me being on social media gonna irritate somebody, it's gonna irritate. I'm always on social media. I be trying to create shit. I'm sorry. I'm a creator. My mind creates even when I'm asleep. So there's some things that when you grow, you learn that I just can't have this energy no more. It's a little different. It's a little different movement. People will give you bad people could, and this is the thing, I couldn't even get it out of my mouth. There is friends and family members and people and boyfriends and spouses that will sometimes give you bad things to say to people. Like they will literally tell you to say something stupid. Why would you, if something is bothering me as your woman, right? You in a relationship with me, I tell you that something is bothering me, and then you give me some dumb advice to go do something or say something stupid. That don't make no sense to me. Like, why would I want to stay in like sometimes you gotta think before you give the horrible advice that you may be giving, because the person that you telling it to might receive it and say, you know what, maybe he right, or he knows something, so maybe I should listen to my boo. Sometimes your boo could be wrong, like dead ass. It says a rotten apple will fall from a tree by itself. As I focus, they fall. And that's true. Like, sometimes people will do things that just be monkey stuff. You know what I'm saying? It be type A stupid. I am not lying. Like, you have to sometimes just say, this is what it is. This is what I do, and this is how it goes. And you keep it moving. You don't even try to give yourself a headache. Leah Nicole just joined us, y'all. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing?
So we are talking about
I had to come say hey to my people. I had to come see about my people.
Yeah, I told y'all she might pop in. We doing the best, worst advice you ever gave somebody. So we were talking about the worst advice people give as friends, the worst advice people give as co-workers, the worst advice boyfriends and girlfriends give to each other all together. So we was on that. And I had to explain to the people I'm streaming from my phone because my laptop is not with me. So
I was about to say our screen.
Yeah, I couldn't get it to work, and I had to jump up here. I told the people they got to bear with me because I'm sliding by the seat of my pants, y'all. I told y'all I was gonna do this with this phone and hopefully it would not ring. So we have talked about when somebody apologizes and you telling your friend don't accept it, make them sweat.
Oh yeah.
We've talked about supervisors comparing you to other people in a setting to feel like that's gonna make you go harder.
That's a good one. That's a damn good one. So they definitely do.
Which one you got, Leah? Which one you got? The best worst advice that you ever gave somebody and you was like, damn, I wish I didn't give that advice to somebody.
Best worst advice I ever gave to someone.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a good question. I always try to steer people in the right direction. But let me see.
So while you thinking, I'm gonna read what Valon said. He says Ephesians 4:26-27. Be angry and do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger, and do not give the devil a foothold. Don't go to bed angry. That is what I just said. I try my best not to go to bed angry.
Oh,
I do,
absolutely.
because it's
Yeah.
bad energy. You don't sleep good no way when you go to bed with it. You don't. You
Because
just don't.
it definitely be on my mind all damn night if I have to get it out right then and
And you're
there.
tossing and you're turning and you're feeling all some type of way. Let me tell you, a true story. Y'all gonna laugh. This is actually funny. So when they announced that this particular person in Noonan won $980 million, and before I went to bed, I was feeling some type of way. I was upset. So I woke. I mean, I was tossing and turning. And I was looking at my numbers on Georgia Lottery on my little app on my phone, and I was feeling something. Now, mind you, I don't know these people from a campaign, but I was one mad person. You would have thought I knew them. And I was calling their phone. I was so mad. I was like, God, let me take this out of my spirit so I can be happy for these folks that I don't know. Because I was like, waking up, boy. I said, I know I would have played them numbers. How they drive to Noonan Publix and just go in here and get a quick fix. Like I was mad. Like I was mad, y'all. I was big mad. Y'all have thought that I was kidding these people. I was so mad. But I said, Lord, take it off my heart. Because I could not go to bed, y'all. I did not sleep. It was terrible.
Yeah, that was a lot of money right there.
That's a lot of money for one person to win.
Shitload of money for one person.
Baby, even after taxes. Even after her taxes. So what you
So
got, Aaliyah? What you got?
I said to someone, I don't really know, I guess best worst advice. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. That's on my list too. Fake it till you make it.
Really,
now I'm notorious for that part.
Yeah, I'll be like, you better fake. I better be like, you better fake it till you make it. But then I don't know why I told that person that, because they wasn't able to fake it too well.
Some people can't fake it at all. Some people don't know how. Valon said that's not comfortable, not peaceful sleep at all. No, I was not sleeping at all. I mean, you probably can read these little small things, so I can't hardly see.
Ikon said, right, you would take that energy to the dream realm and you would have dreams about what was on your mind. Absolutely. Yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah. Econ, I was dreaming. I was mad. I was dreaming that I didn't hit the last numbers, that I picked mine. I was dreaming that I was in Noonan. I had a whole bunch of dreams that night. I ain't gonna lie. And I could not sleep. I promise you. I did not sleep the night that person won that money. I was miserable. I tossed and sweated and all kinds of stuff. I said, Lord, please release this from me. Please release it.
Oh my God. I wouldn't even know what to do. If I won that money, I wouldn't know what to do.
Yes, baby, just close up shop and say, let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. That's what you say first. You be like, let's just go for a minute. Right. And just sit somewhere and be, because you gotta think it's like that movie that Bow Wow and Loretta Devine played in when she gave him the number to go play the number at the gas station and he went and played the lottery ticket and he won and she won and the whole neighborhood was coming after that. You have to take a moment and be like, okay, this is a lot of money. Because you have to think, especially if you're just a regular person that don't have a whole lot of money, and then you just all of a sudden it's like, boom, here we go. What do? You have to sit in that moment and be like, you look at the paper, you look at the screen, you look at the number again, you probably look at the screen again, and you look at the number again. And I wonder if they woke up and was like, I won. You know what I'm saying? Did they know?
Right.
Did they know they won? You're saying, how did they know? Did they realize it? Yeah, honey, you kidding me? That's the thing, y'all. Okay, another question. Keep score. Who called last? Who supported you more?
Who called last? Who I didn't understand that.
So you in a relationship. A person don't call you. You don't call them, and you wait and you hold it because this is the advice that your friend would say. Don't call him, girl. He'll call you. Let him call you. You call him last. Is that advice you give somebody, or is that advice you don't give somebody? Or better yet, have you had friends that gave you that advice?
I've had friends that definitely gave me that advice. They be like, who was the last one to text? And I say either I was, and then they be like, okay, well, yeah, girl, I wouldn't text back no damn more. You did your part and everything. I'll wait it out. Wait, see if he gonna take initiative and stuff like that. Or what were you gonna say?
But what if they're wrong? What if they just got busy and they just couldn't? Or what if something happened and they couldn't? Or like, is that really a good advice to give somebody, or is that really bad advice?
Yeah, it can be bad advice, I'll say, because that is true. I mean, sometimes you have to be a little bit considerate. I don't know if I necessarily listen to my friends.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think you want to talk to somebody, call them.
Because what
like,
you know, sometimes things, you know, when I'm an understanding person, so sometimes things can happen and everything, you know. Sometimes things can happen, but sometimes people do be up to no good too, though. Sometimes.
Yeah, they might be up to no good. If you call them and they don't answer, at least you know you tried, right? At least you know you tried.
Now, if it's a case where I know I done reached out to you several times and everything, and I know, and then I see you, then I didn't, you know, I just see you on social media, and I done reach out to you, but you on social media and stuff like that, and now I know I'm being ignored. So,
but what about like my page is always on green, like, because my app stays open. So if you look at my social media, it's always on green, but it don't mean I'm online. I just be having it's up all the time. It's never closed. So it's always showing like I'm available. And people have done that to me. They be like, I saw you online. I'd be like, no, you didn't. I wasn't even on my social media today. You see what I'm saying?
That's a good point too. But
yeah, because sometimes, you know, I post up and don't close the app. Like I post all day, and sometimes I just go to do the post and come right off. I don't go into nothing. I just come up, post, and then I just shrink the screen and it's my app open. You know what I'm saying? And you keep it pushing. So that's kind of another crazy one to tell people, like, you know, don't be, you know. I mean, I think that's one that we should think about. We should consider that one to be you know.
I mean, yeah, but you know, at the same time, you know, people do be, you know, being funny too. You know, I don't know. You just never know with people and everything. But you know, I mean, that is a good point. I mean, I get your point. You know, hey, they could have just went on for a split second and then went off, and you know, stuff like that.
And did something different. What about if they don't respond fast to your text, blow up their phone and teach them what you expect from them?
If they don't respond to my text fast enough, blow up their phone, that's bad advice.
Yeah, but some people will tell you to blow up their phone until because you know, they say, you ever heard women say, I can train this man. Girl, you need to train him to be like how you want him to be. And then you start doing some stupid stuff like that. Like that. And then you'll be like,
I think that's kind of, that's crazy. Yeah, that's good advice to someone that understands how to do it.
Yeah, they sit there and blow up somebody's phone all day, and that's supposed to teach them. That'd probably annoy me. I probably would never call you again.
That would annoy me, and I probably wouldn't talk to you again, because you have to understand, people are busy. People have lives. People out here working and stuff like that.
Working.
Just because somebody don't respond to your text right away, it don't mean, you know, they ignoring you. You have to give people the benefit of the doubt and everything too. You know, you gotta, you know. So yeah, I don't think that's cool to do that, blow somebody up. I don't think that's cool at all.
He said that's good advice to someone that understands how to do it. That was from him.
Was he referring to that? Was he referring to that statement that you said?
I don't know. And then Unc said, was that because Noonan is closed? I Noonan wasn't closed. Like, I just didn't play. I played online. You know, I just knew I was the winner. Like, I just knew I was the winner, but I ain't even gonna lie, I was mad though. I wasn't mad. I wasn't happy though. I was in an unhappy state of mind. How about that? I was unhappy in the moment. I was like, what in the world? And I was, you know, lottery ticket nowadays $5. It used to be $2. But then they said that in Noonan, the lottery tickets is $2, and I don't think that's right. I don't think that's true. I think they $5 across the board, period. That makes less people playing. You know, we was barely making $2. Now they want to put it to $5. That makes less people play the lottery. Like, you think about it, you be like, shit, I need these $5. It'd be $5 in my tank, in my tank of my car. Right. Okay, so let's say, don't tell them how you feel. If they care, they would already know. You ever gave somebody that advice?
Don't tell
them you care about them. Don't tell them how you feel, because if they cared about you, they'd already know how you feel. Is that dumb
Nah,
advice or is that good advice?
that's
That's not
that's
good
kind
advice
of
because if you want to find someone that's emotionally intelligent enough to be with you, so you don't. Because I'm the type of person I don't want to see potential. I want you to come potential. So if you can't tell how I'm feeling,
She said you can't if you can't tell how she
I
if
don't
you,
need
I'm gonna tell
yeah.
my daughter to come
I'm
over
not
here on
about
this
to
show.
yeah. I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to read your
that's
mind
not
and
good advice.
everything and stuff like that.
Tell,
I'm
tell
not
them how
about
you
to
feel.
do
Because
that.
why
So
don't you
yeah,
talk?
I think
That
that
you
that's
want
kind of
someone
bad
that's going to
advice.
be your mate.
You
You
should
want
be able
somebody
to
like
express how you.
anyone.
We
They
all
can be
adults.
your
Hmm.
type.
Be able to be expressive, express how you feel, and at any at any given time and everything. I shouldn't have to read your mind. So yeah.
Everything.
That's true.
Why would you
That's
want to
true.
have to train
You
somebody?
gotta have to you have to be with somebody that's grown. It says this
Right.
ruin it says the bottom line it says this ruins communication fast. So the
It
next
does.
one that I printed out, because I had printed out the dumb things people do. It says if no, that I did that one. Do the bare minimum. They're not paying now, wait a minute. I've heard this one before
Mm.
because I'm a boss. Once again, do the bare minimum because they're not paying you extra. Is that something
Ooh.
you do, Aaliyah? Do you tell people, girl, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, what I get paid for? I don't get paid to push that paper tray over there. I only get paid to do these claims right here. I don't get paid to I hear my team say that to me all the time. Like I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I hear that so much from my team, I be wanting to jump to the phone. They'd be like, Miss Michelle, Miss Michelle, we don't get paid to do that. We don't get paid to do that. And I be telling them all the time, you get paid to come to work and do what we tell you to do at your job. That's what you get paid to do.
That means you want to stay in that same
You want
position
to stay, you
forever.
said you want to stay in it.
I don't.
You want to be comfortable.
And that's the problem that I have with people that's in leadership. When I see
Mm,
people that have potential and want to grow, those are the
mm,
things that I look for. What comments do they make when I'm not around? And when I walk in and I'm listening, because my team is very comfortable with me. When I'm walking in and they listening to me, is this the kind of advice that they're giving? Is that what
right.
they're telling somebody? Girl, they don't pay to do that. They ain't paid to scan them
I tell
documents.
you, I tell you what,
You want to be
I
sitting documents
may,
forever.
I'm not gonna say
Uh-huh.
it. I'm not gonna say it at work. I'm not gonna say
Oh,
that.
you gonna say it when you're off work.
I might be feeling the type of way. You know what? I'm gonna always do my job. I'm always have to do something else besides my job. So I'm gonna do it regardless. Will I probably complain? Yes. Like I don't get paid enough to do it. Am I still gonna do it? Yes. But am I gonna complain about it? Probably. But I ain't gonna
Okay,
say it to no, I ain't gonna say, girl, they don't pay us to do it. I ain't gonna tell nobody not to do something now. I ain't gonna tell nobody not to do it now. If it's gonna
but
help.
why say it? So when you take a job and they say, you know how to give you the job description and it always says in
Mm-hmm.
there, you
Mm-hmm.
may have extra responsibilities. And then you
Mm-hmm.
get the job and then that particular paragraph goes out the door. You no longer remember that paragraph. Because I've had to point this out as a boss. Like, hey, you remember when you signed that document and said you read the job description? Right there a little bit lower, it's a little box that says your job description may entitle other duties and responsibilities. That's like my director coming to me and telling me to do something. I say, well, I don't do that. I don't get paid for that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of that's one I think that's one of the bad advices to give people. I think
Right. Like I
that
said, I would never tell nobody not to say that. I would never tell nobody to say that at work. Like I said, I may complain. I'm a still, like I said, I'ma still do it.
right,
If somebody asks me to do it, I'ma do it. Am I gonna like it? Probably not.
probably
But am I
not.
gonna do it? I'm gonna do it because hey, I'm at work. I
And
need to make my
and you
money
need
and stuff
right.
like that. But I'm not gonna go around telling people, hey, we don't get paid enough. I'm not gonna say that. I'm definitely not gonna say that at work too.
At the job.
I'm not gonna say that.
Juan says, I don't get into anybody's relationship or marriage problems. Let me see, what's the next one after that? I can't hit
In
these. Can you
some
click these things?
Yeah. In some cases, Valon said in some cases it's good if an individual has done you wrong and they are playing on your kindness, then silence is golden, no contact rule.
Okay.
And then
Valon, that's I don't know. On
Econ was
Valon.
saying I was referring to fake it till you make it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
He
yeah,
said that
Juan
part.
said that part, Nicole, need to express yourself. Yeah, you got to learn how to speak up and like I said, we all adults and everything. If you can't express yourself, you can't communicate with me, then what are we doing here?
What are
I
we
can't.
doing? Exactly. What are we doing?
That's that immature shit that I'm not. We too grown for that.
But people give bad advice to each other anyway. You
Yeah,
people
they do.
give the worst advice. It's very seldom you meet somebody and say that was dumb. Like
Right.
don't do that. Like like that's probably why people be like, I'm always trying to play the nice. I don't be trying to play the nice. I try to make it make sense. You see what I'm saying? Like if something's stupid, I'd be like, that's stupid. If you feeling some type of way about something that somebody did or said, go ask them.
Right.
Why you gonna sit there and say, "Oh, I gotta wait till she says something to me"? If you say something and they give you a shunned reaction, then you just know not to do the shit no more. But and sit
Mhm.
there and hold it in your spirit, like I was talking about earlier, when you go to bed and you in a relationship and you and your boyfriend mad and he at the edge of the bed. You know how many times I did that before when I was younger in my relationships? I used to be mad as hell and they'd be at the
Mhm.
tip of the bed and I could kick them out with my foot because they at the edge anyway. And then I'd be
Mhm.
all not sleeping, wake up tired because I've been mad. And we wake up, we walking around the kitchen like we don't live in the same house. I ain't doing that anymore. If I gotta live with somebody mad, they gonna have to go sleep in their car. Like I'm gonna say,
Right.
go outside and sleep in the car because we not gonna go to bed. We not sleeping like we gonna hug each other like we in love.
Mhm.
Like we
Right.
gonna be in unity in this house.
I just
Like,
and I just feel like you shouldn't do that. I just feel like you
yeah,
shouldn't do
go
that
somewhere else.
anyway. Like you shouldn't do that anyways, especially if you're married and everything. Like I said, they say don't go to bed angry. Work it out, talk it out, and everything. Find a solution and
You
everything.
can agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? Like
Agree to
you can agree. I
disagree.
agree with you, but I disagree with you at the same
Right.
time. So you could go over here, cool off, and that's why I said on the
Hmm.
show before when I said that every relationship should have a room in their house where they
Right.
both have where they can go and be
Mhm.
alone, like be somewhere else, not with each other all the time, because
Right.
sometimes people be mad and they don't even understand why they're mad at each other, and they be
Right.
walking around here looking crazy and angry.
Right. Now I understand, if we get into a probably heated argument, you take some space, I take some space, we go take some space, and then we come back, and then we should be able to talk it out and come to an understanding and come to an agreement. We should be able to do that like grown adults. So yeah, I just don't understand that. Yeah, we ain't doing that if we met not no marriage, we not.
I had to move y'all. My phone was about to cut off.
Yeah, I saw you move. I saw you
I
moving.
was walking, y'all. This has been the worst stream, but you know what? I'm on here and I'm unfiltered. So y'all know we
Yeah.
have technical difficulties. Today
We
is
We done had it before, y'all. Y'all.
yes,
When my audio and
we
stuff was
working out
going
these
out,
kinks.
we done had this stuff before. Y'all know how we
Yeah,
do
y'all know how it
sometimes.
works on social media. We can't get
Yes.
it right. Let me tell you, it's so bad. I was printing out this topic today to read the description. Why the computer went down, the laptop shut off, the printer stopped working. I said, "Boy, this is the devil." And then I had to just sit back and say, "Okay, Leah ain't gonna be on here. I'm finna thug this out, and I'm finna go live, and I don't care how this stuff's."
I
And I
didn't care.
did. I jumped on.
I was determined to get on this computer and get it to come to my people today because I said if I got to get on here for 20 damn minutes, I was gonna come here and I was gonna see y'all. But y'all know Monday be mundane sometimes, and we be having some issues, but we work it out. We give y'all all of us on Monday. Y'all know that's how it be. Shay Live and Leave the Code. So yeah, I was determined to
But I
keep
was I
on
was
here.
waiting. I said when I saw you pop up, I said it right when I came. I said, "Y'all know Aaliyah gonna try to get on here, and she gonna try to get off that set to get on this live, y'all. So y'all gonna see her at some point. She gonna itching her little
Yeah.
stuff to death. I gotta get on here. I gotta get
I'm
on
gonna
here.
make
I'm glad you
y'all
jumped
know
on
I'm
her.
gonna make it do what I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way. That's how I do.
And hopefully tomorrow she could join us late again tomorrow, y'all. We got
We'll
some shows
see.
coming up.
We'll
Some
see.
good stuff coming up. But we gonna hold y'all down. We gonna come on here because we know y'all look for us at 5 o'clock
Yes.
Monday through Thursday. So we gonna make it happen. No matter what we do, we gonna make it happen at 5 o'clock. Whether it's
Mhm.
some rain, some hail, some sleet,
Right.
some whatever going on,
Right.
life going on, we gonna still try to make it happen.
Right.
That
That's
is
what I'm
the
saying.
bigger plan.
When
He said,
y'all
"Amen,
know,
sister, so true."
if I'm not on, y'all know I'm out somewhere being great, and that's why I can't make it because I'm out here being great and everything and stuff like that. If I can't make it, but I'm not gonna disappoint my people. So I said, let me go ahead and I had a little time. I said I need to come see my people and everything. I show. But yes, we gonna make it do what it do. I don't know what Shelly Live doing. There's some technical difficulties and stuff going
Well, I don't
on,
know what just
y'all.
happened. Aaliyah, you sound like Donald Duck. Why?
And you pitch black. Why?
Something just happened.
Hey, you pitch
Did I hit the
black.
speed or
You
something?
sound like Donald Duck. I'm talking like I've been talking. I don't know what's wrong. Like I said, Monday be Monday, but we gonna work. We work these kinks out, y'all, and we gonna make it do what it do and everything. But yeah, that's what it is and everything. Best.
Okay, y'all, can y'all tell me in the comments, do Aaliyah sound like Donald Duck, or is this my phone playing tricks
Girl,
on
you
me?
are pitch black. Don't y'all see
Okay,
her
okay,
pitch black?
Econ. Do you hear how she
Do
sounds?
you see
It's your
her?
stream. Girl, you sound like Donald Duck.
Well, we can't even see you, so I don't know what
Okay,
it is.
I just was thinking
We
today, I
can't
thought
even
I was
see
kidding.
you at all. You
That girl
pitch
sound
damn
like
black.
Donald Duck now.
Nah,
Aaliyah, you sound like Donald Duck, for real. You sound like Donald Duck.
nah.
You gonna go make her watch this live and you
Get
gonna
your
fall out
audio.
laughing.
Well, everybody gonna say, where the hell is Shelly? Because Shelly ain't up on the screen.
You both playing tricks. We not playing tricks, Econ. I'm telling you, she sound like Donald Duck.
Damn tricks. But seriously, fix it. Get this phone fixed. I'm serious. Get this phone
He
fixed.
said my phone. Let you look. Y'all, this has been a funny stream today. I'm not lying, because do I sound like myself, or is it just Aaliyah sounding like Donald Duck?
No, you don't sound like yourself. You
Econ, do I sound like Mickey Mouse too,
sound
or is
like
it
Mickey
just
Mouse
Leah
to
Nicole?
me. You sound like Mickey Mouse, Shelly. To be honest.
Because baby, you sound like Donald Duck.
You sound like Mickey Mouse. Yeah, we can't see
He
you.
sound like
Can you
straight
see
Donald
her?
Duck.
Can you see her?
You know,
Don't you sound good, Shelly? You lost and turned out. Shelly. That's a thank you,
I did.
Valon. Thank you. It's nothing wrong with me. That is your phone,
I'm
baby. There's nothing
no,
wrong
she
with
sounds
mine.
good, Shelly. And he said, okay, wait, he said,
You
she
see,
sounds good.
thank
Okay, wait.
you.
No, she sounds good, Shelly. You lost.
In turn, thank you.
You
Like what I
lost
said.
and tuned out, Shelly. No, I'm telling you, my thing sounds crazy. Let me see if it's my
Well,
earbud. Some made you sound crazy in my ear, honey.
explain
Something
why
like,
why I can't see you.
let me take out my Bluetooth. Maybe that might help.
I can't see you. That's the thing. I can't see you. Okay. Well. That is our show today. That's about to be our show today, good people. Because Shelly Live is pitch black. She said I sound like Donald Duck and everything. We got 2 minutes and everything. This is Unfiltered at 5 with Shelly Live and Leah Nicole. We love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning into our show. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We got some good, amazing guests coming on in the amazing weeks. Y'all need to be tuning in. We have a lot of great guests. Y'all need to be tuning in to our show. Okay? Tuning into our show. Remember, this is Unfiltered at 5 with Shelly Live and Leah Nicole. Go love on someone. Go hug on someone. Go spread kindness, love, and everything in support. We love y'all. And we out. Bye.
We out. We see y'all next time. We see you tomorrow at 5.
Oh, hush. You wasn't even here. Oh, hush.
Girls, let's talk about it. Did you hear them talking about it? Oh my God, do you know this? Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's Shelly Live and Leah Nicole. Shelly Live and Leah Nicole on a roll. Lighting up the screen, the vibe is bold. Shelly Live and Leah Nicole, let's go. Kicking down doors, we make some noise. Grown folks talk with truth and poise. Doing it big, turning up the flow. Shelly Live and Leah Nicole, you know. Oh yeah, it's Shelly Live and Leah Nicole. Oh yeah, it's Shelly Live and Leah Nicole. Everywhere, it's Shelly Live and Leah Nicole. Oh yeah, grown talk vibes, the moment is here.
Thank you for tuning in.